Good afternoon. Buongiorno. Bonjour. Buenas tardes. Ni hao. This is Tom Mullen. I'm in Blaye, Bordeaux. I'm an American living here, and we are doing the second virtual tasting of Primeurs wines, the Bordeaux wines. Thank you all for coming, and this week we are focusing in on wines from Saint-Émilion. And we might focus in on them again next week, and perhaps the week after. And this time I'm trying to also acknowledge who is online. Okay, we have, Mr. Niels Bernstein. Hello, Niels. Nice to see you. Martin from England. We have California. We have people coming in from all over. Mexico City. Jean-Marc Quaran. Oh, fantastic. We have a good lineup. We're going to speak to two sets of winemakers today. They're quite well known, and I think you're going to enjoy that. So I won't waste time. Let's get to the point. And the point is, how is Saint-Émilion different? I love Saint-Émilion. But before we talk about Saint-Émilion, I want to talk about Bordeaux, okay? Bordeaux has 120,000 hectares of vines, okay? That's 310,000 acres, okay? And that is 1.5 times the size of New York, I checked today. That is 7 times the size of Washington, D.C., and it is the size of the country of Andorra, okay? That's huge. So within there, we have an area which is known as Saint-Émilion. And Saint-Émilion, they've been growing vines and making wine since the time of the Romans. And let me give you a little graphical explanation. I don't have high-tech graphics here. And when you see this, it'll be backwards because, we're on confinement, lockdown, and this is old school, but here's a map of Bordeaux, all right? So if you look here, you see, Atlantic Ocean. And then you have the Gironde Estuary, okay? Gironde Estuary at its mouth here, 30 miles wide, 50 kilometers wide. And the big chateaus you've heard of, such as Mouton Rothschild and Haute from the 1855 classification, they are located here in the Medoc. That is the left bank, gravel soils, good for Cabernet Sauvignon. But on the right bank, Saint-Émilion, and up here, I live here in Blaye, clay soils, loves wetness, loves cold, good for Merlot and Cabernet Franc. And so today we will be tasting some of those wines. What makes the terroir of Saint-Émilion different? Well, first of all, you have a temperate climate, and it's oceanic. 60 miles from the Atlantic Ocean, so it's oceanic, which means that in winter, the ocean water maintains the temperature, and it keeps it at a relatively, the proportion between summer and winter is not as pronounced as it would be inland. Continental climate, imagine Denver, Colorado, cold winters, hot summers. Think of Santa Barbara, California, pretty mild the year round. Same here in Bordeaux, we have a temperate disparity. So in the winter, you don't see snow here, or if you do, it'll last a few hours. And in the summer, the temperature is between 95 and 105, probably just for a few days. That's between 35 and 40 degrees Celsius, okay? But also, think about this. This is a little strange. We are 4 degrees north of the city of New York. New York. Snowy winters, hotter than the hinges of hell summers. We're 4 degrees north. And so why are we have a milder climate? It's because of the Gulf Stream. The ocean current comes from the Gulf of Mexico, cruises along the eastern seaboard, goes over toward the British Isles, splits into the North Atlantic Drift, and the Canary Current to the south, and it keeps the British Isles and Ireland and France and much of Europe relatively warm, and that's due to the ocean currents. Okay, that's the Gulf Stream effect. So that's it. We have the climate. Now let's talk about the geology. So about 65 million years ago, we had what began as the Tertiary geologic period. Okay. I don't know why they began it then. Maybe because in 66 million years ago, there was an asteroid, Yucatan Peninsula, came down, wiped out half of the planets and animals on the planet. But between 65 million years ago and 2.8 million years ago, a lot of Europe was under the ocean, okay? So all of the all the shellfish, all the crustaceans died and their shells trickled down to the ocean floor. And over time, that the layers built up, and they eventually became a sedimentary limestone, okay, calcium carbonate. And as many of you know, a lot of the substrate in leading wine areas in the world, such as Burgundy, Bordeaux, Barolo, have a limestone substrate. It's complex, and it is conducive toward making wine also. So we have the Quaternary, I can't pronounce that, Quaternary, began 2.8 million years ago, went to 11,700 years ago. And basically you had, the land was, above the sea, and a lot of glaciation. Interglacials, glaciation, and this glaciation cracked down rocks, broke down mountains, huge amounts of erosion, huge amounts of fluvial activity, rivers gushing downstream and carrying broken down stones, okay? And that gravel is what swept down towards Saint-Émilion. So Saint-Émilion, you have not only limestone escarpments, you also have a loess, a very fine flour, which blew over these limestone escarpments and created excellent soils for making wine. So not only do you have complex geology, you also have diversity because you have the limestone escarpments, and you also have what's called the molasse, which is limestone, sandstone, and clay. I love Saint-Émilion for several reasons. It's beautiful. It's a small little town. It's got these cobblestone streets, and you can walk around the place in about 15 minutes, winding little alleys. A lot of visitors in the summer, but it's still worth going to. And the countryside outside of Saint-Émilion is beautiful. Rolling hills, vines, it's gorgeous. And excuse me, I'm looking at who has joined. Okay, we have England. We have United States. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Kim. And everyone else has joined. So what we're going to do, I've explained to you the basics behind Saint-Émilion, but I love the wine because it is consistently of an elevated quality. And not only is it good quality wine, but the difference between good and bad in Saint-Émilion is pretty restricted. You go to many wine areas in the world, and you go to 12 random wineries, and one or two might be excellent, one or two might be horrible, and the others are mediocre. But in Saint-Émilion, you generally get a consistently elevated quality of wine. And so wherever I go in the world, I use Saint-Émilion as a benchmark for what good quality is. So today we're tasting 7 wines, and we're going to do more next week, believe me. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Geraldine. Hello, Monsieur de Boüard. And we have a few speakers today who are going to join us. So the first wine I'm going to taste is Château de Paradis, Saint-Émilion Grand Cru. Okay, I see that's backwards. And this is an 87, or I think this is a 67, 30, 3 Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot Cabernet Franc Cabernet Sauvignon blend. Okay, so let's have a little. Oh, you got some amazing aromas here. You have blackberries, you have boysenberries, got a bit of smoke. Even figs here. Let me have a quick drink, and I'll spit offline here. Beautiful chocolate, mint, eucalyptus. Beautiful. Absolutely a wonderful wine here. Totally loving this. The next wine is it is from someone we're going to speak to very soon. It is from Hubert de Boüard, and Hubert de Boüard is not only the owner of Château Angélus, although his daughter Stephanie is the managing director. He has been the winemaker there for 35 years, and his family has been making wine there for centuries. And I am not going to taste an Angélus Enchantillon this year, but I do have my box of Angélus I'm waiting to open up for a special occasion. Thank you very much. Looking forward to that. However, Hubert de Boüard also has his own wine label, and he makes wines from different regions, not necessarily Saint-Émilion, but we're going to taste this one next because it's an introduction, because Mr. de Boüard is speaking to us very soon, okay? So, Hubert de Boüard, this is 100% Cabernet Franc, and I love Cabernet Franc, so let me put out this one, have a little pour here, and then let me have a quick look at who's online. We've got Jane from New York. Oh, she wants me to show the bottles, please. Okay, I'm showing them, Jane. That's the second one, Hubert de Boüard. The first one with the beautiful label, Château Paradis. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. We have questions. Martin is saying it's never too early. You are correct, Martin. Okay, so, oh, this is amazing. This is like, again, we have some eucalyptus, we have some chocolate, we have some dark red fruit here in this Grenache. Totally juicy. I think I could chew on this. Beautiful acidity. This is wide open. You could have this with the lamb chops. You could have this before dinner. It's easygoing. It's open. It's really, I think the word would be redolent. But now, you have to excuse me, I've got to go online. I've got to scroll through here. And I'm going to find Mr. Hubert de Boüard. And here we go. It says, we are ready. Okay. Okay. Hide story from Hubert de Boüard. Cancel. Won't see any videos. Sorry, from now on, you can always undo. Sorry, setting. Won't see any photos, videos. I'll have to cancel. I see. Let's try it again. There we go. Go live. There we go. Push the button. Okay. So, warning, waiting for Hubert de Boüard consultant. Okay. Bonjour, Monsieur Hubert de Boüard. Comment allez-vous?
Bonjour. Bonjour, Tom. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm so happy you joined us. This is fantastic. For those of you who live in the United States, Hubert de Boüard is a legend, the owner of Château Angélus. There are 82 crus. There are 900 wineries in Saint-Émilion. There are 82 crus, 64 are Grand Cru Classé. 18 of them are Premier Grand Cru Classé, and there are only 4 Premier Grand Cru Classé A, and one of those is Château Angélus. Right. So if you could please perhaps share a little bit of your wisdom with us about how the 2019 vintage has gone, and also maybe your organic endeavors.
Well, it's a long way, yes, but yeah, to talk about 2019, because it's really the goal, and we are very happy. We don't have to be shy to talk about 2019 because we are so proud about 2019, and of course the conditions are not good this year. Everyone is stuck in the house, but we are so proud. We have to talk about and to try to drink the wine, to share the wine together. First of all, yes, enjoy. First of all, which is very, very important in 2019, during the winter, is a very important reserve we got during the winter in the soil. This is very important. Then after we had a good condition during the debudding, and a very good flowering. Then at the end of June, it's very important to understand that at the end of June, we arrive with a very dry period, very hot also, but not heat wave. I cannot say heat wave, hot, but very dry, which is very good. Why? Because at this period when it's dry, the power of the vines goes in the grapes, not in the leaves, but in the grapes. And this is very, very good because it's a period of maturation, and especially when we have very, very good quantity of water in the soil, we are not impacted by the dryness. And this is a magic condition to make great wines.
Right.
What we got? We got concentration in power in the grapes. What we talk. The magic rains arrived just the pre-harvesting on September 20, and it was just magic because finally what we got, very healthy condition during the picking. The skin, and this is very important, and especially in Bordeaux, were very ripe and thick. And the alcohol, this is a big, everybody talk about alcohol, but you know, we follow more than 85 vineyards, and I cannot say the alcohol is too high. The alcohol is high, but with very good balance and especially very good acidity. The pH was so magic this year, very good acidity, which makes the wine with a lot of vibrancy. And for me, it's a great vintage for greedy wine lovers. It's
Right.
really a vintage which look like, for me, like maybe 2001 vintage on the right bank, velvety tannins, very good balance with the fruits. This is a basket of black fruits, and I am really very proud about what we got in Bordeaux. I can talk about my wines, but I can talk also as a wine consultant from the left bank, from the north in Saint-Estèphe. What we picked, fantastic Cabernet Sauvignon. Of course, the Merlot, very, very nice, but the Cabernet Sauvignon just amazing, with a lot of concentration, roundness for Cabernet Sauvignon, good maturity. And when the soils got good reserve in water, we got perfect condition to pick the Merlot so far.
Fantastic. So to all my listeners, I think you've heard one of the finest winemakers in France and one of the most reputable winemakers give an excellent synopsis of the 2019 vintage in Bordeaux. So I would like to say thank you, merci beaucoup, Monsieur de Boüard. We are very, very fortunate to have you here. As a consultant, I will be tasting many of your wines in the next few weeks.
Thank you, Tom, because
I look forward to every one because what I've tasted so far, beautiful.
Thank you, Tom. What you do is great, and we are so happy. You know what we do? We are in our vineyard now, working in the vineyard because we have to do that. The vines grow every day. And people like you, because you talk about the wine, you got about the winemaker. I just have to. It's great, and thank you very much for what you do every day for the wine and for our wines. This is great to have ambassadors and people speak about your feeling about the wine. It's great, and we are so happy. We will carry on to have the contact, myself or others winemakers. It's great. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. de Boüard. Okay, take care and au revoir for now. And I would like to say that the de Boüard family, they're very generous. I've known them for a few years, as well as his daughter Stephanie, also Coralie. We're not tasting her wine today, but we will soon. Okay, we're going to move on to the third wine now. This is Château Trianon, and I believe this is, let me show you the bottle, Saint-Émilion Grand Cru. Okay. Now this is an 80-10-5-5 blend, okay? 80 Merlot, 10% Cabernet Franc, 5% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% Carmenère, which is very interesting. I love Carmenère. Very spicy, and Carmenère is basically the signature grape of Chile now. Chile in South America. So let's see. Oh, really open. That's it. Mr. de Boüard talked about the vibrancy. That's what you have here. You have a basket of fruit just jumping out at you. Okay. So we'll swirl this. Go quick taste. Beautiful, deep and powerful, excellent quality. The next wine, Croix de l'Abri. Now this is made by Axel and Pierre Courdurier. They're French. They met in 1994 in Washington State while they were working with wine in the United States. They have owned their winery in Saint-Émilion since 2013, and they work in organic. And they are going to join us now. I just need to find them, so excuse me while I'm scrolling down. Let's see. Hopefully we can find them. But he get an excellent synopsis, I think, over the different wines this year. And you can't go wrong. If you get the chance to visit Saint-Émilion, you must. It is beautiful. Okay, looking. Hold on. I'm not finding him here. Let's see. Hopefully, you look a little more. Anyway, just a second. Okay. Well, if not, we'll just continue sampling the wine. As I told you, they met in the United States, organic, and I think Robert Parker was a big fan. Their consultant is Hubert de Boüard, and it's also Michel Rolland, two of the best consultants in the wine world in France. Okay, so let's have a taste of this, Croix de Brie. And I believe this is a 90-10 blend of Cabernet of Merlot and Cabernet Franc. Okay, so, whoo, this is powerful. Oh, you know when you, let's say you bring their nose and they like shock you like that, that's the energy you're getting from this. Jumps into your nose. You've got like eucalyptus, mint, oregano, you've got tarragon jumping into your nose here. Woo, this is powerful. Okay, well made. Haven't tasted it yet, but we'll see. Hold on. This is a rodeo of flavors. You have a beautiful streak of like lime acidity, and then you've got, like I said, mint leaves and tarragon leaves on one side, and you've got the chocolate and the molasses and the licorice on the other side, and the dark fruit. So very well balanced. Also hefty. It has power, but also as they would insist, elegance. So how are we doing for time? We got about 10 minutes. Let me see. We have who do we have online here? We have quite a few people. Cleo, hello Cleo. Thank you for joining us from Friuli in Italy. Cleo works with some of the finest winemakers in Tuscany, and she announced to me today that she has good news. Maybe I should announce that you're actually expecting a child. Congratulations. Okay, by the camera showing everything flipped on the horizontal axis. So the text is if it's in the rearview mirror. I do know this. This is correct. I'm not quite sure how to change this, Andreas. For next week, if you can tell me, that would be great. Okay, the next wine after this is going to be Château Jean Voisin. Okay, here we go. Yes, I realize, rearview mirror. I think this is, let me just check on this. Hold on a second. I think this is 100% Merlot. All right. Again, it's a Saint-Émilion Grand Cru. And let me tell you, I visited a few of the winemakers last week, 10 days ago, to get samples, and they're out in the field, they're working hard, they're wearing their masks, they're doing their social distancing, but they are trying very hard in everything that they do. Oh, okay, so this is like treacle on the nose. Whew, this is great. You know, you can't go wrong sampling Saint-Émilion. Chapeau, as they say here, which is congratulations. So you have a little bit of oranges, you know, the aromas of like orange peel. A little bit of, what do they call it, cloves? Yeah. Okay, let's have a taste. Oh, that one really fills up the cheek. It's exciting. This is an exciting one. It will probably be better in about 3 years or so. So right now, it's tight, but it is opening up even after half an hour on the glass here, or in the bottle. It seems to be have opened up a bit. I did taste it before we actually got online. Okay, so let me see. Let's see who else is online, and let me see if I can find our friends from. Okay. A few other things I just want to say. First of all, next week we're going to do 3 tastings. Wednesday we're going to do more Bordeaux. Friday we're going to do more Bordeaux, and Thursday we're doing Armenia. I have 3 wines from Armenia. We're having winemakers from Armenia. They're coming also. If you're interested in following me, vinovoices.com. I also noticed that last week a lot of these are echantillons. This is samples. Some of the corks are horrible, really, not very good. We make our own wine. I told you week, and I'm doing a plug for it. It's not like I'm exactly making any funds off this, Etalon Rouge. But this year we invested in Pro Cork. I should actually get paid for advertising, which I don't. And if you look at it, it looks like an ordinary cork. But each end has 5-layer membrane, micro membrane made by a PhD in materials engineering. It filters out the TCA, and it also makes sure that the oxygen transfer is homogeneous over time. Okay. So that's Pro Cork. We're very happy with it. It costs more, but it is used by such wineries as Peter Michaels, and one of the top 5 estates in the Medoc is also doing experiments with it. So just want to let you know. The next one, Château Villemorine, Saint-Émilion Grand Cru. Okay. And on the back label, they put échantillon, which means sample, and they bottled that on the 16th. Can you see that? It's 16th. So this is fresh off the press. These people stopped their work. They got the samples for me. They put the labels together, and they sent them so that I could taste them online and share with you. Okay. Château Villemorine. Let's have a look at that again. Okay. All right. This one is a lot of blackberries. Basket of blackberries. This is like being a bramble patch. Also a bit of a little of a black pepper. Nice.
Don't do that, chewing.
I just want to drink it. When this show is over, I'm going to have a steak and I'm going to drink this stuff. I'm telling you, Saint-Émilion, you can't go wrong. I love it. This one is begging for steak. Great acidity, good balance, and also it's strong, it's powerful. And then the final wine is going to be Vieux Chanticaille, Saint-Émilion. Okay? And the sticker that says 2019, that's what they do every year because all this wine is still in the barrels. It's not ready. They just took it out for samples so journalists and professionals can taste it before it's ready. Okay, let's see. We have Marlene, Travel the Boot. Okay, Asa Johansson, who is, I believe, a Norwegian, Swedish, if I get this wrong, I'm in trouble. Wine journalist who lives in Tuscany. Excellent. Welcome, Asa. Lovely to see you. I'm glad that you're here. Travel the Boot. She has different wine series. If you get the chance, follow Asa Johansson and Travel the Boot. And okay, so now we're going to try the Vieux Chanticaille. Hold on. This one is a little shy. It's keeping quiet. No, but now you get kicking out red fruits. Look at raspberries kicking out here. Yeah. So this is acting shy, but actually being sort of a ferocious little tomcat. Woo! This is kicking up. The more I swirl this one around, this is red fruit. Boom! Power.
No one is that.
That is, I'm not sure what the composition of that one is, but you can tell that Merlot is coming through. You got black cherries, you got raspberries, you have a little bit of figs in there also. And that is the final wine. I just want to show you that next week we're going to be trying, among others, Château de Boüard, and this is from Coralie de Boüard. This is the daughter of Hubert de Boüard, who we just had online. And if you look at that design around the edge, it's phenomenal. If you were taking other substances beside wine, you would be like, couldn't imagine how anyone actually could have drawn that. It's beautiful. And it also involves all the symbols of her life, of key events that happen. Guys, I think we've hit our 30 minutes. We were going to talk to Axel and Pierre Cordieret. We didn't find them. Maybe I didn't find them, and they could be here. But next week, hopefully we'll get them online. Thanks for joining. Again, if you have any questions, if you want any notes, write to me. Catch me online anytime you want. It's great to have you here. And let's see, we have Marlene is saying we have that in the cellar. And hello, Yvonne. Nice to see you here. LOY, and hello, Letitia. And let's see, Emmanuel. Okay, very nice. Hello, Millenette. That's right. Let's see. Okay, I'm just checking out who else is here. Janice from Calgary. Hello, Janice. Welcome. L.A. Fentiman. Hello. When are you coming back to Bly? These a lovely, lovely couple from the UK has followed me last week, followed me this week also. Okay, guys, it's 6:30. The time has come to say goodbye. Next week, Wednesday, more Bordeaux. Thursday, Armenia. Friday, more Bordeaux. Okay? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Ciao. Au revoir.